Peace, loves. This is Wild Truckin. Trucker talk, trucker thoughts, and trucker stories. Sponsored by Truckin.ee through this abundance of zigs and zags. Miles, states, experiences, tears, and laughs. I am True 5-star, your life driver. This is my first video actually having a driver on set with. So I'm excited. This driver is definitely a 5-star driver with a lot to say about the industry. It's my pleasure to bring him to this platform for you guys to hear his insight. Now, I always like to start by asking,
sure,
do you have a CB handle that you go by?
I don't have a CB handle.
You don't have a CB?
No, I don't.
Do you use CB?
Not really.
Not
because
really?
I really had never had a chance to. I've been in trucks with CBs, but I mean, I don't really need to get on it, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Unless I'm bored, really bored. Then I might get on the CD, joke around, play around. You know, sometimes piss drivers off. You go bored on the road and stuff like that.
You know, I've heard that a lot of drivers are not using the CBs anymore.
Nah, I don't use my CB just because it's. I mean, I don't really see. You know, there's no reason to do it.
Okay.
To use a CB.
Kind of outdated now. After people
I mean, it depends. The traffic's, you know, when the traffic jam, want to know what's going on. Accident, a bad wreck, we're gonna be sitting a lot. Then I might turn it on and listen to drivers talk. That's close to the accident, they can see it. But other than that, nah, I don't use it. It's kind of boring now.
Okay, so I've heard that a lot of drivers are not using the CBs anymore.
This is how we need to be in order to get us back on the same structure as becoming a real soldier and where we really come from, our natural self. We're not living in our natural selves as people.
Natural state, right?
We're not living in our natural state of mind, or way we eat, or way we sleep. None of this stuff is natural. All our foods we eat is trash. It's all processed now.
And it's getting worse.
And it's getting worse and worse and worse.
So the things that you mentioned earlier that you no longer eat, pork, beef,
steak, chicken, none of that crap. And I'm about to stop.
I'm working on the seafood.
I'm about to stop. I eat seafood.
I eat seafood.
I'm about to stop now because, what's today? Thursday?
Yes.
Monday, I came home. I ate a Golden Corral Monday evening. At 4 o'clock, they put their seafood out.
Okay.
Garbage. Golden Corral, garbage. You bust the shrimp open, it's all greasy and carpy. Feel like a big carp fish. Bunch of oil. You can just feel the oil on the shrimp. Not real farm-raised shrimp. That beer battered fish from Golden Corral, garbage. Stay away from their seafood. I was sick for the whole Tuesday. I'm just recovering. Sick for 2 days. Nothing but going to the bathroom every 30 minutes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So it basically was like food poisoning.
Food poisoning.
But what's happening is, if you pay attention, that it is most of what we have accessible right now is not necessarily good for you. So if you start now cutting out the things that you know is definitely a no-go, like the meats, because they're not even handling that well. Like, you know, it's just not good for you. I suggest reading How to Eat to Live. That'll
you know about that?
Yeah. That helped me on my process to, you know.
I'm surprised you know, I got both volume 1 and volume 2.
Okay.
Because I do study the nation.
Okay.
I study the Nation of Islam, so I'm big with Farrakhan, Minister Louis Farrakhan, Elijah Muhammad, Master Muhammad. So I'm real big into that. As y'all can see my shirt.
All praise. Okay.
Yeah.
Show off the shirt. Yes.
There's my man.
Yes. All praises due. He just did a wonderful
on the 26th.
address. He did a wonderful address.
About the war we going through.
Yes.
I watched that Sunday.
Savior's Day. I watched it as well. Yes.
It was great.
All praises due, because that man has, you know, I'm not Muslim. Well, they say we are Muslim. In the nation, they say we as black people. If you love God and you out here working on behalf of God, you're Muslim, right? However, I'm not in the nation, but I have so much respect for the nation.
I'm the same. I'm not in the nation.
I have much respect, and the Minister Farrakhan, Honorable Elijah Muhammad as well, all praise due. Farrakhan has given us so much game for so many years. So I knew I had to pay reverence by sitting and watching and listening, you know, to whatever wisdom he had to bestow upon us, and to see him come out there and still be so strong and mighty at 90. I think he's about to turn 90, he said.
5 weeks.
Yeah.
5 weeks.
It was a blessing to me to be able to witness that, you know, because I remember way back in the day, even in Jersey, my Jersey days, I remember how revered the nation was, you know. So to just see him still doing his thing and being the head of a mighty army,
real homie, God's homie.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful time to be alive when I see things like that. And I'm happy to hear that you're tapped into that, and it makes sense. Your wisdom, it taps in. I mean, you're tapped in, and it makes sense. It makes sense that you're tapped into that. So, that being said, what we're eating while we're driving is very important. You know, what we're snacking on. Unfortunately, a lot of what they provide at the different truck stops and stuff is not
garbage.
What you want.
Garbage.
You know, they have the certain restaurants at every truck stop. Garbage. So I did a few videos showing like different things you can fix right in your truck. If you got your air fryer, you can fix you some quinoa with some peppers and some onions and some shrimp. I look on my YouTube page, Truckin That Ass. Everything is Truckin That Ass. No G, 2 Z's, A.Z.Z for the abundance of zigs and zags that this life provides for us. Absolutely. Right? So this is my platform helping us to navigate through those zigs and zags. Not just for truckers, for life drivers. I'm a life driver. I've been driving this thing before trucking came along. I'm driving more than trucks. I'm driving this life. So other life drivers, come join in on the platform, you know. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what you're dealing with, how you're navigating. Go to my website. If you need a consultation, I'm providing wise counsel. If you need some help navigating, I'm advocating making wellness a priority in trucking, making wellness a priority, period. This is Bougie Brandon right here joining me today. He has shared, this was a build, and I enjoyed it. One more thing before I let you go. Sure. This is Wild Trucker Talk, Trucker Thoughts, and Trucker Stories. The good, the bad, and the gory. So, do you have a story that you'd like to share with us, to unload here for us?
I do. I can go back when I was elementary school, middle school, or military school, high school, elementary. Growing up, I grew up with 8 brothers and sisters. My life wasn't easy at all. My dad really wasn't around. But he never missed no child support. But you know, with 9 kids, child support ain't much. So, but unfortunately, my mom, I had a great mother, great sister to help raise, you know, her younger siblings. 2 older sisters, and older brother's been incarcerated. He's the oldest out of the children. He's been incarcerated his whole life. Wow. So, to tie and iterate with what I'm going through with trucking, to let y'all know, you can do anything you want in life. Because I always wanted to drive big rigs. I always was fascinated. Yeah, how they look. You know, it was great. And I mean, to name all those school programs and Job Corps and military school, I've been kicked out of every program I've ever been to. Really? So I'm telling y'all, I didn't have a great life at all. It took a lot of changing and a lot of God working with me. Like I told you, I've never been to the penitentiary. I've been locked up in jail before. I had charges, but I probably don't supposed to be sitting here, or probably just getting out of prison. Things I did that I'm supposed to be in prison for to this day. But God helped me out, and God guided me through this life because God knew what I wanted in my heart. That's why I can talk to y'all with, you know, so much emotion and so much of my spiritual talk, because it was nothing but God to help me. And I can truly say that it's somebody out here that might be watching this podcast and wants to know, like, they have a hard life, or they feel like they can't make it, or they feel like committing suicide. I tell you, don't do it, because I felt all those things. I felt like committing suicide or hurting somebody else, or, you know, even saying, you know, FTW, F the world when I wake up, and F everybody, you know, going out through my day. And then I looked back and looked in the mirror and said, who am I affecting? for my own self inside my brain, because I wasn't speaking these things out loud. It was my emotions, what I was feeling. So I had to really sit down and get on my knees and pray to God and ask God to take the anger away from me. You know, make me a just man, make me feel different about life. You know, so, and for me to be on this podcast sharing with this, you know, it's a big experience to me, and I want to give it to somebody else. Like, put God in your corner. I don't care what you do. Put God in your life. Put God in your marriage. Put God in your children's life.
Put God first.
Put him first.
Send God out before you.
You'll have the best abundant life.
Yeah.
And most people think it's, oh, I want this, I want. Cut the wants out your life. God's gonna give you what you need first. The wants come later. Get what you need first. As I'm getting older, that's how I'm starting to live my life. If I want it and I can't afford it, I never needed it. I don't need that. I got shoes. Oh, I want those shoes. That's materials. You don't need that. Take your money and do something else with it. Save your money. They say black people's dollar go around the quickest in the universe after we get our paycheck, versus the Chinese or any other race, they can go around 6 times. The way black people should be moving with our money, we should be holding our money, saving our money for big and better things. And like I was speaking earlier, we need to come together as a community, start standing up as man. We need to have more men that actually wants to change people's lives around them and change our youth, because the times we living in now, our youth have no direction. They have no direction. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, so much social media our kids on, and so many distractions. So many distractions. Most of those distractions are from the devil. They're to get you off focus to what God really trying to do for you. So start having time slots in your life. Hey, when I get up, I'm gonna do this. I'm doing 1 hour social media today. Don't matter what I gotta do. It's how I gotta be to myself when I'm driving the truck. I got 600 miles to drive. Most of us, let me go on Facebook, waste 30 minutes. Let me go on Instagram. I got 1 hour if I'm gonna go on social media, and that's what I do for myself. And it's been working, and it's been great. That's good. You know?
That's good. And don't let it be the first thing you do when you get up. I had to check myself on that, because I was doing that. And I was like, hold on. You haven't even given thanks yet.
You know, I used to do the same thing.
You haven't even come all the way fully into your body yet, and you reaching for the phone. You know, so I had to check myself on that.
Absolutely.
You know, so that's good. That's good intel.
That's kind of my story. You know, I have my personal life, and you know what we've been talking about with trucking and where I come from.
I appreciate everything you share.
Absolutely.
I really do.
Thanks,
you know, listen, I'm sure that this is going to ripple out in the best of ways, because what Brandon has shared here needs to be heard and felt.
Absolutely.
And heavily considered. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful for vulnerability and your openness. I'm thankful for it.
Well, it's a pleasure me having you on your show.
Thank you. Well, y'all, please like, share, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have more coming. We're going to do more lives. I'm definitely going to invite Bougie Brandon back because the wisdom he shared here today is so valuable, you know, and we don't hear it often. We don't hear this level of wisdom, especially from a young man, you know. So you all stay tuned. This is Wild Truckin', trucker talk, trucker thoughts, and trucker stories. I am True 5-star, your life driver. Ride in peace, and I like to tell my drivers, may the road always rise to meet your tires, and may you be surrounded by divine guides, mile after wonderful mile. Peace, loves.
Whole life been right about right now. Whole lot chit chat.